just a moron.
Oh. Hey, welcome to HoopSpeak Live. You'll find out who Zach was just calling a moron in a little bit. But first, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Beckley Mason with Zach Harper, Ethan Sherwood-Strauss. We are about midway through the conference playoffs, and it hasn't been the most thrilling playoffs, but how about this? Happy birthday, Tony Parker. You're 30 years old. You played in the NBA 11 seasons. You've won actually 35. So congratulations on making it to 30 and for Pop not assassinating you 10 years ago.
It's a great thing. He triumphed over plantar fasciitis.
When few said he could.
That's back both. When you used to have a 3-month life expectancy once you got plantar fasciitis. He broke through it. He had baguettes and
it was a death sentence. The French diet. I don't know how they get that longevity going, but they do it somehow. But I remember actually. I remember Duncan supposedly it's he has this plantar fasciitis when I was a sophomore in college. That's it for Duncan, and he's still moving along trucking. So I think that the Spurs obviously use witches spells or something creepy in there.
Well, definitely. They have him play 26 minutes a night or whatever, so that probably helps with Duncan. All right, let's get to the game last night, which was not a great game in terms of aesthetics, but a great game in terms of drama in the last quarter. Zach, what was your big takeaway from the last 5 minutes?
People are really just angry when the Lakers don't seem to find a way to pull it out. They screwed up. The turnovers, the bad shots. It was kind of embarrassing how the Thunder just said, we're more athletic than you. We're faster. We're quicker. We're younger. We're just going to take over physically, and there's nothing you can do about it. And there is something that they could have done about it. They could have, tried to pound the ball inside and just bullied them, but they didn't do it. And it was impressive how the Thunder just kind of destroyed them that way. But the anger at the last shot with Steve Blake in the corner, that's a great play. That's a great heads-up play by Ron Artest to find a guy who shoots about 40% in the corner, a wide-open shot there. And if he hits it, everyone's talking about what a brilliant strategy it was. And the fact that he missed it, now it's, you didn't give Kobe a chance. Kobe had chances. Kobe screwed up chances time after time in the end of that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was more offended by the booger, the unchecked booger that was in Steve Blake's nose
someone's got a
post-game interview.
Hold up.
That was just a chandelier.
There's got to be a media code where someone says, Steve, you're on camera, you got a little something in your nose. That's really poor form by the media members there who knew that he had it.
I think he got a secret signal. Oh, he did turn. He did turn left.
Only 6'2", and if you can't get a camera angle that's a little bit more flattering, just hold the thing up a little bit higher. It's not like that with Bynum where your only angle is awkwardly below. That was disgusting. Really smart, really savvy point there, Ethan.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for.
And it's such a small sample size so it's hard to draw too much from it. But the Thunder seem to really ramp up their defense and make it really dangerous at the end of games. They created turnovers against Dallas when they were down and needed, and they did it again with the Lakers, basically keeping them out of the paint and getting their deflections that went off on Kobe and then the steal that Durant had. They seem to just have this overwhelming talent that sometimes surfaces, and when it surfaces at the end of games, it's just devastating.
Yeah. Well, they definitely have a lot of defensive talent. No, Zach, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, especially with how they played the post, they would just give it to Bynum in the post, and he, it allowed Ibaka to come flying over out of nowhere to block shots. I mean, this is a team that was the best post-up team in the league this year, and they ended up shooting like 35% on post-ups last night, which is an insanely low percentage. This was a strategy where I think you negate it by giving the ball to Powell in the post against Ibaka. He pump fakes once, and Ibaka will run out of the gym, and then you have basically a 2-on-1 between Powell and Bynum, and you've got just Perkins to defend it. And I don't get why they don't go to this strategy more. And by not doing that, it allows the Thunder to just ramp up the intensity the way they have in the last 2 rounds.
I kind of feel like the Lakers might have sacrificed offensive efficiency just because they feared kicking that Thunder transition attack into gear. This is really a very slow ground and pound, toss it into Bynum, toss it into Gasol. And I don't think that when you do so much of that's necessarily good for the offense in general, but I think it's a concession that they're making just because they fear a quicker game, and maybe quite rightly fear Kobe Bryant jacking up threes with 5 seconds. 5 seconds just ticked away on the shot clock. So I wonder if they're almost intentionally playing worse offense out of fear of what the Thunder might do on the other end.
Well, I think there's a concerted effort to control pace, at the very least. And the way to do that is to take shots in close so you don't have long rebounds. Hopefully you make a lot of them. There's at least has to be an outlet. It takes a second to start the fast break. But, I think that the Lakers, the real problem that they have is when the game is on the line, they're just, Kobe, it's everyone in the gym knows what's going to happen. And I thought with 6 seconds left, ball sideline out of bounds, it would have been interesting to see if they had just, run a little cross screen and have a big guy flash to the strong side post and just directly enter it into the post, or have another guy flash over and one pass and then bounce pass into the post. But that play was designed to get Kobe the ball again on the perimeter, not moving towards the play and not moving towards the basket. And that's, they didn't get the ball inside the paint in like their last 6 possessions.
Asking Ron Artest to make that pass.
2 air balls and,